double fisting. Yeah, double fisting video.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. After a couple of technical difficulties getting something situated, we are actually live on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to the Let the Madness Begin. My Sean Taylor, William Coleman. Man, it was an eventful thing. So
we banned.
Yeah, I was like, we banned
a little channel, a little 10 people.
But I mean, we was able to work it out. We got
Right.
it fixed, and now we're two places at one time right now. So it is pretty dope right now. So, man, wait until I actually get down and get other things situated. We go in the area in which we gonna start filming. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be,
I got you. Okay.
oh man, so
When we woke up today, it is Wednesday. Woke up today. What you got?
so earlier today I posted two questions.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna be on Facebook. Tell me what your question
So
is.
one of the questions was, let me make sure I get it correct.
Yeah, please do.
It was my question. And
How about send them to me in the morning so I can think on it?
I know, bro.
You know, I don't be on Facebook like that, but it's all good.
So I said, first question was, how can we judge a person's blackness?
Ooh,
Second question was, are black men good enough for black women?
which one you want me to answer first?
Let's go with that on how can you judge a person's blackness? Like, how can we judge?
You can't. You're not supposed to.
Okay, I like that question.
Go ahead. Now, what made you ask that question?
So I was having
I always like to back before I, go
no
ahead.
problem. So I was actually having a conversation with a person the other day.
Okay.
And we were talking about a fellow person, and they was like, if, dating outside your race ain't gonna make the person better,
Right.
or anything like that. And I said, I do understand that, but I said, what you have to understand is with this person, they were bullied
Right.
by the black community. So when
Right.
it came to them being of age to date, they decided to date
Who there was accepting of them
exactly
and the way they carry themselves,
exactly.
which makes sense. And you can, and I hate to say we, because like for instance, it's gonna try to where I don't need sweet potato pie. And look at your face. Look at your face. I don't eat sweet potato pie. I don't eat pork. I don't eat pork.
Well, pork is understandable.
Um, I think it's one of the few things. I'm not a fan of coconuts, but even still with that, um, yes, we judge our black card according to the things we do in general. So if I don't eat fried chicken, right? You see what I'm getting at?
But why we do that as a race? Like, why do we have to have these preconceived notions about what black is, but get mad when those same preconceived notions get used against us?
By the race, because for one, it's always a thing of one opposite ship and come up against over another. In a sense, if I make you feel less black than me, then I've done my part. We sometimes almost some people feel like we're the gatekeepers of blackness.
Okay.
There's just no such thing as
Gatekeepers of being black.
yeah, the gatekeepers of being black. Run around pumping propaganda, eating fried chicken and watermelon all day. And drink grape soda. And I don't even drink grape soda. I don't even like grape anything. That's the nasty shit in the world. Excuse my language, but yeah, grape soda, grape jelly. I used to do them things when I was younger, but as I got older, just
All right.
same thing with sweet potatoes. I just sweet, yeah. I hate that stuff.
I understand,
I'm not a fan.
and I get that, and it just caught me off guard because a lot of times we hear that you're not black enough, and it's like how can you judge my blackness? Like I don't understand because when I walk the streets, I'm still perceived black.
Black, right? But you're not doing, and that's the thing is, we look at the stereotypical things as a sense. You don't sell your pants. Like the young boys, they wear the what you call the damn shit, the tight jeans, the leggings. You might as well call them leggings, but still, you might as well call them leggings because they're that tight. The skinny jeans, the whole skinny jeans thing. And the crazy thing is, a lot of things that we consider black things we adopt from other cultures. nowadays, and they don't understand that too.
Fair.
We take things, we start embracing things to our own. We thinking that's part of no, necessarily. We don't.
All right.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, when I was coming up at a time, like we didn't wear like the long chains that went from your pocket
Oh no,
connected to
no,
your wallet into your pants. You know what I'm saying? We never, but there was a time that we were doing that.
no. Dipset.
Right. Like I said, because like I said, we
Right.
do a lot of things we see, we interpret that as that's the way to go,
I
which
do
is not
agree.
good. You know, the monkey see, monkey do thing.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
And it caught me off guard because we're still. I always say we're in 2021, but realistically, our mannerisms and stuff have never changed. It's just like if you do anything that people do not believe is black, then they don't think you're black.
So let's go ahead and finish first. I
And
don't
I,
cut you
and
off.
I and I feel like it even goes deeper to success. Like if you're successful, you're not black.
Really?
I think black people have their own version of success and it's struggle success.
Right.
I don't
So
think it's true success.
okay. So my definition is so, and I think we had a conversation about this earlier. But I mean, everybody's definition of success is not the same.
Right.
But and I understand what you're getting at. So you're saying, for instance, they wouldn't look at a what's my man in society? Is it Tyson?
Oh yeah, Neil Tyson, the Grease,
The
yeah,
grass, as and he wouldn't be looked at successful as opposed to say Jay Z.
but yeah, he would. Even though
Okay.
he probably has the same amount of money,
I don't want to say same amount of
or
money.
at
Just
least
say
as far as notoriety,
yeah, right.
um, intellect, and things like that. No, they wouldn't consider him success because he
Okay.
did it outside of the black way of doing things.
Okay, so he do it the way that we're normally looking for people to be successful. What
Right.
he's saying, whether it's
And for
sports, music,
exactly.
fashion,
So if you make money
right?
outside of any of that, you're not black. And people be like, that's not true. And I'm like,
You're not
I know
black.
it's not true,
Okay,
but the consensus says that. The
right.
consensus is saying that, I mean, you do have a section of the African population that if you are seen doing something that is not being black worthy, they remove your so-called black card when
So
you should be accepted. Barack Obama is a prime example of that. You ain't got no baby mamas.
right,
You still married?
right.
You ain't got no felonies? You ain't black.
Oh,
And that's exactly what black people said
oh.
too.
Well, I mean, I don't have any felonies. I don't have any baby mamas yet. I mean, you know.
Future is the definition of a black man. But see, you know what's
Yeah,
funny? Black women push that, but get mad when it happens to them. But that's another topic.
yeah. You got to explain that one another time. That's all. Yeah, like you said, Mister Mister Conspiracy. So my thing. Okay, so speaking of what you're talking about, blackness, do you feel that in ways of success, do we judge success by the material things that we have as well?
Yes, like that's why you can see more people who will look the part and
But that doesn't mean you're successful because you look at the part. You're just looking the part.
but for black people it does. For black people it is better to struggle and
Mhm.
look successful than
Right.
to actually say I refuse to struggle and be successful. Like if you notice, we have to have a story with our success. It just can't be I actually just concentrated on no, I had to get pregnant by 5 dudes and I went
Uh-huh.
to church, Lord, he made me a virgin again and I got my business
Okay.
or the guy, I had to go through being raised by a single mother and this, that, third. Like we just can't have
It's
just
got to be a dramatic
yeah.
uphill battle. Instead of
You
just
just can't
saying,
say I
hey,
just
I buckled down, I went to school.
right.
You know, I was supposed to do, hey, I hit a few road bumps, but I continued on and
Exactly.
I got to where I'm at.
You went to school?
Yeah.
That's not black.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, so,
So, yeah, I like it. And now the other question. Somehow I always come back to this question. What was the other one again?
but you know what? On this question, I think this is gonna be the last time
You say bring that up.
bring that up.
I doubt it, but okay,
I
let's go
think it's
for
gonna be the last
it.
time.
Okay.
So are black men good enough for black women? And I honest to God thought about this. And I really sat
Okay.
back and I said, let me think about this because I know how it sounds.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, when you really deep down think about your relationships with black women, and I want black women to understand, I'm not saying every relationship a black man has had with you was perfect on their end. Never think that.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have time to actually talk about how black men have messed up a lot of good women. That's fair.
Right. It goes both ways. Okay.
But when we really think about it, as a black man, you have to hit a list that's damn near impossible for a black woman to look your direction.
Okay.
You have to make close to six figures.
No.
You have to have your own house, you have to have your
No.
own car. You can't
Got
have
that.
any children. You can't
Mm.
you can't have any felonies. You have to be damn near perfect for this list, right? And what do they come with? Either a child living at home,
Some cases. Okay. In lots of
more
cases.
drama,
Just about almost every
barely
possibility.
cooking,
Ooh. Now that's a
barely keeping their house clean.
that it happens on occasion.
Um, they're coming to you with nothing.
I
But
mean,
yeah, they want you to meet this match.
right.
So they're like, if you don't meet this, you're not good enough. As soon as you cross that line, all of a sudden they're gonna be like, oh, you didn't want a strong black woman. No, why would first of all, who wants a strong black woman?
And I think we misinterpret strong in different ways. But go ahead. I think it gets I think it's miscommunicated in the way it should be, the way it's supposed to be meant.
You can't handle a black woman. Who wants to handle a black woman? Like these are terms that you
Right.
use for animals.
Right.
You want a strong horse.
Yeah.
You
You
want
want
to
strong horse.
handle your dog. I mean, I'm being real. People are like, oh, you comparing, no, that's what you use. These
Right.
are words you people use to
Okay.
describe dealing with animals. And yet the black woman will sit up here and belittle you. Think
Right.
about it like this. And I got this perfect scenario.
Okay. Good scenario.
Out of all the women, we're not gonna say you dated, just you come in contact with. How many of them actually could cook, or they just have their go-to meals? Like they got maybe three meals that they could go to.
That can actually cook.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot. Man. Let's see. One. Dang, I can count on my one. Back up. Two.
Let me make it easier. How many of them will actually cook for their meal?
Okay, I can count on my hand. I say for now, we say I can count on my hand.
Okay.
I can count on my hand.
All right. How
Five.
many
Let's
of them
say
will?
five.
How
Let's say
many?
five. You can less than, more than five, less than six, less than
Okay.
10. Okay.
What you have been raised, and a lot of us have been raised that if a woman cooks for you, she is interested in you, right?
In some cases, mine just like the woman can cook, she can cook. I
Right.
mean, yeah, in a sense, you know what? Yeah, we'll play with that premise. We'll
But
play with
how
that
often
premise.
do they really want to cook? How many times have we seen situations where a woman be staying with a man and she won't even do nothing?
Or a man staying with a woman, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it several times. It happens.
Matter of fact, I read this post today, and it
Okay.
was the funniest thing on God's finger. This woman, I guess somebody took a picture of her man with her child. It wasn't their child because she said my child,
Right.
and she was like, "I today all I did was stay up in the house and do nothing, while my man was out there handling business and everything, and he still went to go pick up my child and went to the store afterwards. He's a good man, and you're a shitty woman."
Oh, damn.
Why would you literally be in the house the whole entire time and not once think that you should help relieve some of the pressure off this man? Because you didn't say he didn't work.
Right.
You literally said he was doing handling his business the whole day, and
Right.
still he went to pick up your child
Right.
and went to the store afterwards. While you, out of your mouth, have said, "I stay home." And how many posts do you see that? Women post that all the time.
Okay. Well, let me see posts all the time. I don't see too many posts.
Yeah, women post that all the time. Women will post that all the time.
That's why I don't be on social media like that.
So the thing is that are we good enough? Because if you're good enough, if you're valued, they would do things to make sure that you know you value. How many women really tell their man that they value them, that they appreciate them, that they love you're handsome, you're good looking? How many women actually go out their way to make a man feel like a man that is appreciative, but they want you to be faithful?
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want
Good
to give
question.
me the accolades to stay faithful. You want my money, you want my commitment, you want my benefits, but you don't want nothing. You don't want anything. You want the house, but you don't want the responsibility of
So
paying the mortgage.
I got you. So okay. So my thing is, okay, so when you first meet these individuals, that should be something that should be brought to the table. I want compliments on one thing, or that's just something that should be an automatic given thing.
It should be automatic. I mean,
I
a
agree,
man. I mean, and I know a lot
but
of people.
and I understand what you're saying, but but uh, but now I'm talking to female because I mean there are people out there that like to be, whether it's male or female. A lot of times I've known more. I've known some males, some guys, but I've known a lot of females that prefer compliments, even they know they're doing something within, I hate to say their duty, but we'll just stick with that for now.
Right,
We'll just say within their, their role
right,
as okay, well, no, you didn't tell me, because a lot of times they look for that confirmation.
right.
The same thing. And then my thing is, so you're trying to say that the confirmation as far as the man's concerned should be automatic, as opposed to the woman, it just should be whether she wants it or not.
No, I think both of them should be automatic.
Okay.
I think the
No, I know that's you saying a good point. So either way, so if you're saying before the woman to the man, because it more likely the man will probably do it
yeah,
too.
the
Like, no,
man. I
like,
mean,
oh baby, this food is good.
right.
Oh, I think
You
I
feel good.
appreciate
You're
right.
beautiful. You,
I got
and I
you.
know,
But
and not to
but
get
but every now and again, it's got to be something really.
how does the man know he's appreciated?
That's a good question. But I
And
mean,
that's actually a question I
that's a
want
good
to propose to
question.
women. How does your man know he's appreciated?
Maybe they should ask him.
I am. That's actually
We
what I'm
should
asking.
ask
I'm
him.
like, how
We're
does
gonna
a
put this
man
question out there.
right?
We're gonna repost it. We're gonna
And
repost.
I'm gonna say it like this: it can't be that dirty lingerie you wore 2 years ago, wearing it on his birthday every
You know
birthday.
it.
No, let's keep it real.
No,
That's what they
but
do.
some women know, some females, some women
Can't
know.
be you talking about you cooking his favorite food and be honest with you, you only know his favorite food. He probably lying to you
Come on,
because it's the
man.
truth.
Does your mate know your favorite food?
I hope
Your
so.
favorite desserts?
I
Your
will hope
favorite,
so.
besides whipped cream and wherever y'all do it. I mean,
I
that
will
sort of
hope
thing.
so.
I
But
mean, hey, some people. You're right. Some people really don't know their mate. And some people just assume.
right,
You know,
and I think, and I know a lot of people are like, well, you sound insensitive. It's not that I'm sounding insensitive. It's just that,
sounds sexist to me.
yeah, I'm very, yes,
Very chauvinist.
yes. But I just think that
Uh,
women don't realize that they have, they have stopped respecting the black man. You, you give us a list that you want us to have appear or abide by. We abide by that list, but we still have to deal with argumentative stuff. We still have to deal with the fact that you're not happy.
oh, and I understand that, but I wouldn't necessarily stop. I'm sorry. What did you just say again? They stopped appreciating.
Appreciate it.
I think, in a
When's the
sense,
last time you seen an event where women put together and say, you know, we want to appreciate the men in the community?
at church, please stop playing. Because some churches do we call it the men's
Oh,
day or
oh yeah,
men.
when
You
giving them
know,
them dry ass pancakes.
I mean,
No, I mean, let's
I
just
mean,
they give them dry ass pancakes.
but I mean, you're right. I mean, maybe it should be something more to it than just on Father's Day. You get a
You
tie,
barely get Father's Day as a
right?
black man. Let's keep it
Right.
real.
And then the day after, Baby Daddy's Day, you're a day late and a dollar short. Hey, I mean, hey,
I mean, in the black community,
I
the
mean,
black man has fell into, and I know a lot of women are like that's not true, and it's like actually it is true. We have fell into a abyss.
right.
It's like we exist, we're still doing. You'll be honest with you, the average black male is probably doing 10 times more than a black woman in the community alone,
Mhm.
but he will never get the recognition. The
That's
black
true.
woman sends her children to the black man in the community to teach them how to be men, from football to mentoring.
I got you. Okay.
And that black woman will sit there and still bash black men.
Hmm. You think so?
She ain't taught that motherfucker to play football.
Oh, damn. That's
She,
not
hamstring, teach how to play basketball.
Right. I mean, there might be some moms out there that do.
JaVale McGee mother's the only one, and she was a professional basketball player. So let's keep it real.
Okay.
Shout out to her.
Yeah,
Other than that, the rest of
yeah.
these prissy girls who got the long nails, how are you teaching your son how to play
I mean, there are
basketball?
some girls that can play ball with nails. I have yet to see.
Exactly. If you ain't seen
I
it
mean, let
yet,
me stop and think.
Don Staley ain't coming down here. And I wish you would. 1996, Don Staley needs to come down here. That's right, 1996. You don't even know how much I had a crush on you in 96. I was 16, girl. Congratulations on winning championships in South Carolina.
You only won one, man.
That's one more than a lot of other places right now. It's one more than Duke. So, I mean,
Okay. All right, Miss Taylor. Okay. Interesting. The point that you brought up. I mean, you how underappreciation. I mean, they can say they can go push it both ways. You know, on both sides of the track. Me, don't. It's underappreciation on both sides. I just think we don't communicate like we used to anymore. It's not communicated properly because why? We don't teach it like we should teach it, or like should like it used to be taught, like we used to see. A lot of times, it's not necessarily taught. It's what you see,
okay.
what you learn, and what you express as well. Like I said, if you don't see your mom and dad having no kind of conversation, or not even necessarily mom and dad, grandma or granddaddy, great granddad, grandma, or grandma,
Right.
whoever she's dealing with, you know. And I think that's one thing that irritates me sometimes when somebody tells me that he didn't have a mother or father. Like I tell it, there was a male figure in the life, a male figure somewhere along your within your family that had something close to what you want to have in your present life, and somehow you should have been taking cues from him, regardless of what dramatic. Because there's always not going to be perfect, and I don't think
No.
everybody understands that. Because somebody told me, well, I didn't have this, that, the other, and I can understand that. But the thing is, you made it long enough to become an adult.
Right. No, I agree with you
You made it
100%.
long. So that in itself is a success. You know. Now the other thing when it comes to it, when it comes to these generational curses, as they say sometimes it is, you try to break that chain of having every female or male being a baby mama, being a baby daddy.
Correct.
Yeah, it happens. But like I'm saying, like I said, that's a few seconds ago. There's always somebody within your family that's figured out a way. There's always, and you can have not have a father and still figure out how to be a father. Because somebody had to teach somebody along the way. And if it's not somebody in your family, somebody in the neighborhood, somebody that you know.
Right.
But if you got to go to a church,
No,
like you
no.
said, there are mentoring.
But that's my
You
point.
know,
And that's why I said we have been devalued because there are mentoring groups out there. I know there are men who have done. I know there's so much that black men are doing to the point where it's like, why are we still being called no good? Why are we still being called bad? Why would a black woman get in front of people and say that there's some good black men, her baby daddy ain't crap, but knowing on Saturday morning she's taking her son to the black coast because she's about to play football so he can have a man in his life. Or she say drop them off on the second Saturday of each month to a program for black men to help them to be around other black men to teach them how to be distinguished. So you're
because
lying.
but okay, because a lot of times what we're communicating is not what the picture being portrayed,
And you brought
and
up that.
and it goes back to I lost the thought. Damn, I lost the change in the train of thought. Which is the train we thought, and a lot of times we we go back to saying words mean everything,
Yes.
and that's a lot of things we're quick to say that when it doesn't when it works against us or it doesn't works against us and it doesn't work for us.
Right.
A lot of times, and that's what it is. Because how you say there's no good black men. There was a black man good enough to sleep with the person that brought you, that you procreated. Is it procreate?
procreated, yeah,
procreated with,
raw,
conceived,
no condom, no
to
nothing.
have, to bring you into this world.
Mhm.
You know, but it was good enough for that person, them two people, to come together to create you as the individual. You know, that's, you know, and that's for those that are black, as a saying, you know, or black enough, or whatever. Like say back to your blackness card. I don't know. I gotta find. Matter
Yeah,
of fact, I gotta go see my percentages of my blackness. So I mean,
I'm like 25%.
you like 25%. You know, we're working on another 75 or 100%. We get it up. Um, yeah. So I mean, we can go around in circles all day about whose fault, whose it is. But either way, things that we used to would not, it's not being done anymore. It's not been respected. It's not being, the, things are not what they used to be. We got away from that. We got away from showing affection to, you know, and the thing about it, we pick up this and we feel that's the way it should be. Because we see it so commonly, or we see it
Right.
is put out there so often, you know,
Okay, that's fair.
holding hands, you know, telling somebody you care or you love them or both, you know, like you said, make somebody feel appreciated that you're even in there. That you feel appreciated that they want to spend time with you. Keep coming there and say to sleep with you, but hey, be around you. First place. It was a, you know, a great appreciation for another.
And I throw this out there, and this is a stretch, and I know it's a stretch, but I'll
All
throw it
right.
out there. 95% of, I won't say a percentage, I'll leave that out.
Yeah, stop doing that.
I would say that there's a percentage of black women who are with black men that probably ain't touched the bill.
But that's no, see, that's no there.
And no, I'm not saying it in a bad way. What I'm saying is that they're living in a situation where the black man has provided,
I got you.
but are they reciprocating that? Are they
Depends on
actually
what the
giving?
arrangement, and that's it depends on the arrangement.
And then, oh no, I understand that, but
Right.
even in that arrangement,
Because you,
why wouldn't you let the black man know how you appreciate the fact that he's a
so my question is, say back if we were back in the 60s or 50s, and that was the case, how was that what you're saying appeared to back then? Or are you trying to speak as according to think about it? Everything wasn't always, remember, at one, take all the economics, all that. Remember, at one point, the man went out,
right. And the woman showed
he
it
stayed home.
from what we know.
Right,
The woman showed her appreciation by keeping the house clean,
right.
by actually doing the bills.
Appreciate
Most women actually paid the bills. The man made the money, but the woman took care of the house.
right.
And
Okay,
from inside the house, I'll say
okay,
inside the house,
okay.
that she can do from making sure that he didn't go without a meal, making sure that he always had clean clothes, making sure he always had a hot meal, making sure the children were taken care of.
Okay.
She showed her appreciation by saying, "Okay, I know you're out there working. When you come home, I know you don't want to deal with X, Y, Z
Right.
unless I need you to step in. Other than that, this is how I show my appreciation." And to go deeper, um, making sure that he knows he's appreciated.
Okay.
And I think that that's where it's different. Even if you look at the historical portion of everything, you can see throughout the history, black women have always made sure the black man felt appreciative up
Okay.
until the 70s, where you start seeing the difference, where it's not that you look at me more as a hindrance, more as a problem, more as you could do without me. But even though I'm still in the picture, you could do without me. Even though I'm still providing, you could do without me. Oh, yeah, you may pay. I don't need you to pay a bill. Then okay, let's go have. Oh, now all of a sudden you don't want to be a man. Why I gotta argue with you,
Yeah,
man?
so
Why are
right.
we arguing? But see that's what a black man has to deal with. Instead of appreciating who he is and appreciating what he brings to the table, you either make you either make it seem like the table's not good enough, or you make him feel like he's not good enough. And I do believe that
I
is
can
happening.
understand that. I can see you coming from with that. I don't. Well, so do you think that's fixable?
It is fixable, and I think it starts with retraining who you are,
Retraining.
retraining,
Oh,
retraining. Oh yeah, we're doing some trades. Give us Becky
uh,
with the good hair for. No, I'm just
Wow.
for Shaquita. I mean,
Shaquita,
yeah.
congratulations.
Got that make that trade. No,
Right.
but I think we can it can be fixed. I think anything's fixable.
It
But
is.
how it can be fixed is I think first off I think and I said this before and I still say this, black women have to understand that you are not the apex in the black community.
Mm.
Despite what America has told you, despite what you may feel, you're not the apex. You have not become the overall devouring creature that you think you are. The black man is still the head and the black man still exists, which is the
Mm.
natural order.
Okay. So you think most of all overall we got out of the natural order of things.
Yes, I do believe
Okay.
that. I do believe that black women feel as though, but there's no black men stepping up, which was the biggest lie ever told
Mm.
to the black community.
Right.
Because how we went from now, and I will say this, and I said this before. Granted, black men get killed more often than black women,
Mm-hmm.
where you may feel as though there's no black males not standing up. However, black males have always been standing up. You just decided that your version of what you want a black male to be has changed, so you remove yourself from those black men.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got you. So would you so
How
and
can
I
future have 10 baby mamas?
do what?
How can future have 10 baby
I
mamas?
don't know. You need to talk to him and
But
maybe
but
I'll
that those are
figure it
black
out.
women. So how can 10 to 13 different? Well, I won't say I'll say nine.
Right.
I don't know if they all got different. Well, I say roughly nine. How
Okay.
can one man have nine different baby moms? How
Ooh,
can Nick
mm.
Cannon have what 5 different baby mamas? So
I mean,
you as the black woman told yourself that that was the high point of your life was to be someone else's baby mother.
for some that is though.
But here's the kicker. Now you expect a black man to come and be with you.
Of course.
Where they do that at?
On TV
Hmm. How
and
that
in the
work out?
movies.
Word is, them Disney princesses are starting to get divorces.
That's just what it is in that case. I
But that's
mean,
that's that's what that.
but like I said, it goes back to what we see is more prevalent than what we're being taught.
Okay.
You think, like I said, it goes back. These said commercials, TV shows, um, in TV shows, the movies,
Okay. Since you
commercials.
brought that up,
Okay.
knowing what you just said, do you believe that the push is to make the black woman feel that way because now you see more black women thrown to the forefront in everything? Like if you really pay attention, if a black woman sneezes on a car, she's the first black woman to ever sneeze on a car. Like it's ridiculous what they're referred. She's the first black female lawyer in Chicago. Well, I'm pretty sure there's been a lot more female black lawyers in Chicago. Well, she's the youngest. I'm pretty sure that's a lie too. But hey, if you want to believe whatever you see,
I mean, I can see that. You could see that like a certain like there's certain instead of because it goes back to how you want to like I always say you always pick these lanes. You always pick these lanes. Like you said, you want to be the LGBTQ, you want to be the black feminist, you want to be black Hebrew, you want to be black the Muslims, black Muslims, and however you
right,
want to. You pick, like I said, we divide ourselves instead of trying to say, hey, we are a black person.
I agree with you.
I'm a man, woman, child, homosexual, lesbian, whatever, whatever, whatever. Instead of marching as one, we start breaking off into different factions.
Okay, that's
You
fair.
know,
I,
and
I
that's
do agree with you on
yeah,
that.
and then we portray it on TV as these. This is how we're supposed to march. Oh well, no, this is not my plight because it's not. I walk this way in life.
Right.
These are not my problems. These are things I deal with. Hey, not able. I don't know. Either way, not. It's just we do it to ourselves more than do it to us because we see it and we feel that because it's funny or because it's messy it makes an impact on us. That's what we should be doing.
Okay, I agree with that. I do agree with that. And you asked me a question about can it change and how can it change?
Anything.
It can change. I do believe it can change, and it does start with retraining. And I think the other thing is, and you brought up is we have to start separating fiction from reality.
Oh, I like that because I think we and I like when you say that is because we it goes back how well, we know how is it like I said we want to portray our it's like how we see ourselves on mine is how we think people see us.
Right.
How we view ourselves and think people view us.
The meta world going.
Oh yeah, it's really going when meta world metaverse comes about. Yeah, world's gonna be in trouble. A lot of people gonna be in trouble because people now they feel being on social media more important than doing their own job. You know, making sure the bills are paid.
I mean,
Living
yeah, I
in,
get it. Get
some people actually live in their phones as opposed to what's going on around them.
You're absolutely right.
But I mean, yeah, but we feel that we should be, like I used to tell somebody, sometimes we can't be where everybody is going to be. Sometimes we can't go to the same place. We can't go everywhere with everybody at any time when we feel they should be going. So in other words, if I can't, hey, if I because Jimmy's going don't mean I need to be there or I need to be going there.
Right.
Just because Jimmy's gone, it don't mean I should go ahead and check it out. Because it may not be something you want to be a part of. And I think we need to understand that we can't be a part of everything that everybody's got going on.
No, you're right, and I'm glad you brought that up because you can't be a part of that, and it seems like that we have adopted that philosophy of, well, my mama ain't married, my grandmother wasn't married, why should I be married? Or the man says, you know what, I'm just gonna spread my seed, and like I said, it's a two-part system. I mean, it's not just a female issue on this. It's not just a male issue. It's a two-part system. We both play a part in this,
Right.
so we both have a hand in getting it corrected. Just because I'm talking about one part don't mean that I don't accept the fact of that the man doesn't have play a part in it because the man has to teach the woman how to treat them.
Oh, okay.
And I do believe that the man has to teach the woman how to treat them. The man also has to teach the woman how to be a woman.
Oh,
Yes.
what do you mean? Now that I don't understand. I can't.
Now, see,
Yeah,
you're looking at it from the
yeah,
standpoint of teaching her the woman way.
right.
So I'm looking at it from the standpoint of teaching her how a woman should be for him.
Oh, okay, so that's maybe should be more clear than saying how the woman. So how to be that man's woman.
Yeah,
I got you.
he teaches that just like a
Okay.
father teaches his daughter how to look for a husband. He's teaching her how to be a responsible
Okay.
woman.
I got you.
You
Okay.
know, of
That
course,
makes more sense.
we can't teach her how to do woman, be a woman, but
Right.
we teach
Okay.
her how to be a responsible woman. Like a man impact in a woman's life or female's life is greater than the mother's.
So true. But you also keep in mind that regardless, sometimes it always is up to that individual how it turns out. Because I know plenty of females that was had a strong dad, a strong father, positive in their life, and for some reason they want a super thug.
No, no, I agree with you 100%. You
Or not
know,
even super thug. It just they for some reason they wanted to they just venture off and do their own thing. And not necessarily be the thug, it just be they just I don't know, they just don't make the wisest decision.
no, no, you're absolutely right. You know, Chris Rock had this saying. He said his goal is to keep his daughter off the pole. If he finds his daughter on the pole, he failed as a father. That was he
Okay.
said as
That's
a
a
father
hell of a
that's on
fine
the pole.
goal.
And remember, I always say ATL. There's one scene in ATL where the the preppy black guy was in News house. That's what they call it.
Right, I remember I've seen the movie.
And
I've watched the movie. I had my black
you know,
card.
okay, okay. A lot of people
I've
don't
got my
admit to
yeah,
that
but
one. Yeah,
right.
you know,
I
because
bet
they
you
were
it.
skating, but that's all
Right.
I
Nah,
know.
it was good.
And he said, "This is your house. You have a Picasso on the wall. If you want to go live in the filthy projects, the pissy hallway," he said, "You can have that. I want what you got."
Right.
But she wanted the attention that what she had brought her with lower people. Once again, the thing I think is wrong with black people, and this is another subject matter, is we want to look bigger in front of smaller people.
I don't think that was her case though.
It was because
Oh.
she used the excuse, I want to be connected, but
Well, I think in a sense because
you was still connected.
it goes back to the very first question you asked me though, the blackness thing, because she wanted to feel like she's a part of that.
But see, that's the problem.
You know,
You wanted to look.
she had only 25%. She was reaching for the other 75%.
But she could have done that without wearing the new stuff, the stuff that her father made. So, like he
But-
said, I provided you a way that you don't. I gave you an opportunity
Right,
that I didn't even have,
right.
and you ran to this, and that's the excuse for the blackness because you feel like being poor is being black.
Okay, that's what we look at it, but
She literally was with girls who boosted. Those other two girls, those twins,
Right.
literally was stealing the stuff that she was wearing that father paid for.
no. She was paying for it for them to have that stuff. They just kept it a secret.
Okay.
You gotta pay attention. Pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah. She didn't, cause remember, she didn't deny it. She didn't say that she didn't want to blow a cover. They knew the whole time.
Okay, fair.
Wait a minute, no, let me think about it. Let me think about it again.
No, because remember when he pulled up, they were like, "Oh, who's that?" They didn't know that was her dad.
Daddy. But all they knew was she was buying. I think she was buying it for him, and they just weren't sure what they didn't know where the money was coming.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I'm
could go
saying?
with that.
I think in a sense they probably thought maybe he was a dope boy or something like that.
Right. Okay, that's fair. And, Okay, I
But
can see that.
you know what I'm saying? But because remember that comment was made on assumption, and she never denied it, and she never said anything like no, she just
True.
rolled with it.
Okay, true. And that's the problem, and that's another subject matter. But I do believe that we have this habit of we want to look big in front of small people. We want to
Right.
look rich in front of people who we feel as though they don't have nothing. When in reality, we don't have nothing,
Right.
and that's a whole totally different subject. But that part in the movie really speaks to me, and it always speaks to me because it makes me realize that we are in a dangerous situation. We have, going back to the first question I asked, do you realize that we have allowed the dorkiest white boys in history
Uh-huh.
to invade rap and become number one off of us? Little Pumper, whatever he is,
Okay.
would have gotten beat up in my high school. He sell records. Post Malone looked like he don't wash, and he looked like he would be one of those trench coat mafia kids. But he sold records in the black community.
Right.
We let John B because John B was cool.
Right.
We let Eminem because he really talked about his life. He talked about his trailer park life. We let him.
Right.
But we have allowed the other white punks who couldn't survive on the white side of the track literally pick up the image of a black man and make money off of us.
Uh-huh.
And they're considered blacker than me.
And you go figure out, go ham, then figure it out, get your 75% up.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know what I mean?
I just think that that's a issue in our community where we I don't know if I ever told you this story. I probably did. I love this story.
Uh-huh.
I was young. I was like in my 20s.
Okay.
And I was hanging out with a couple of people. And it was this white woman, white girl, whatever. She had a black baby dad. And the black girls were like, yo, you blacker than us because you have two baby daddies. That's what's said.
Right.
That's the extent of being black. And they mind right then and there.
That's just it being ignorant.
I agree with you on that, but that's it. Because this white woman has two baby daddies.
It happen to be black.
Happen to be black. She's black. That's blacker than you.
Oh, okay.
That's scary to me.
It is scary to say that. But the thing, I don't know. For some reason, I think any kind of people, persons, taking people they can, I say, accepting they can identify with. And that's a good thing to say. No, it's not a good thing to say. Because I don't want nobody to identify my blackness by how many kids I have with how many different women.
Right.
That's something I would, and that's first of all something I don't want to be broadcasted. I mean, this
Yeah, I
question
would be
being asked,
embarrassed.
yeah, that's one thing we have but it's always a reason. I know people that have, multiple kids, multiple, but it doesn't
Right.
make them a bad person. We don't know the circumstances.
And I
But
agree with you on that.
but like I said, but the outright to say that's a goal to set out to have you got a baby daddy, you're part of the system now, which is common. It's not always. I don't. That doesn't give me the greatest feeling in the world, because I don't want that to say that's all we want to be looked at as. Even though we're not the majority of folks that use the system,
Right. And that's true. We're not.
but even still, it's like when we're being portrayed a lot of times, that's how we're being portrayed.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like I said, even that's being questioned sometimes when you have your mother and your father. 'Cause some people are surprised, your mom and dad.
Mhm.
You know, you know where your people are from. You know,
I agree.
some are shocked, they're surprised I don't eat pork. I don't like sweet potatoes. And yeah, I'm not a type of thing.
But I don't do watermelon, and
What's wrong with you?
it's not real.
Watermelon is real.
It's not real.
Watermelon is real, and it has seeds. So yes,
No, it's
seed
not
is
real.
yes. How's
It
watermelon
doesn't.
not
It
real?
doesn't give you no nutrients. It doesn't
Actually,
fill
it gives
you
you
up.
antioxidants. Yes, it does for you up. It
With
is actually
what?
good
You
for
gotta eat
you.
like 10 of them.
So you just eat until you get full.
Know what's good?
What's
Sweet
good?
potato pie.
That's a lie.
That guy.
That's
Gotta
not.
get a piece of
So
that
see,
sweet
see,
potato
see.
pie.
That's all. That's all. It was talking about pie, but that wasn't pie that we talking about. To get it clear. But no, watermelon is actually healthy, good for you. Actually, you know, it's actually good for you. There's something wrong with people that don't do watermelon. I'm saying there's something wrong with you, and especially if you're black. There's something wrong with your black card. Yeah, yeah. You like grape soda, don't you?
Yeah, I do like grape
Grape soda.
soda.
Yeah, I hate grape
I
soda.
like grape. I like red.
You like
I don't
red and
drink. I don't
orange?
drink Kool Aid. I can't drink Kool Aid.
Oh, okay.
My
Right.
mom won't. My mom never let me drink Kool
The mom let you cool in.
Aid. No, she would never let
That's
me.
good. Keep your ass good.
After people that drunk Kool Aid probably got diabetes now. Oh,
I don't have diabetes. I drink plenty of Kool-Aid.
how much sugar did you put in it?
I don't know. I didn't drink Kool-Aid in like 20
Oh,
years,
I
man.
did too. I still think about that
No,
scene in a house party
yeah,
where he was just still pouring the sugar in.
yeah. You mix in two flavors, put the sugar in, mix it
Yeah, I
again.
know this little
You
way
throw
though.
in,
Red and lemon mix well. You put
yeah.
it in there, put it in the freezer a little bit, let it get a little frosty on it, then you take it out.
I thought you never drank Kool-Aid.
I said my mama never allowed me to have Kool-Aid in the house. I went to
Oh,
family members who drunk Kool-Aid.
okay. I
Yeah.
got
Then you gotta put it under the water, put it in the bag, get the rest of it.
you. You get a little water. Yeah, you gotta make sure you have a little bit of it.
Yeah. All right, man. You got anything else you want to add?
No, man. I'm glad we able to, we on, YouTube and Facebook and simultaneously.
I feel like I'm Tony Stark.
So we need everybody to go out and subscribe. I'm trying to keep it subscribe. YouTube, Facebook. Let us know we're out there. We're on Instagram. We're on the Twitter. We're on Anchor. Instagram, Twitter. I said Twitter. Well, I say it
Yeah.
again. On the Twitter. Man, we're about to be everywhere. Like I said, please subscribe. Please check us out. Live tape. Go on to exposure.com on certain Saturdays. But like I said, it still runs on a loop daily. So they'll tell me what show you'll see on what day you watch it. But we're live on particular Saturdays, and we'll make sure to start putting out the that we're on live. Um, that's it. Subscribe. Check us out. Did you get a chance to change the handle on Instagram yet, or it's still
I still got to change the handle, but I did change.
Instant Vintage Media,
Yeah, I got
and
to change
it's
the handle.
instant space the little under thing vintage under space underscore media.
Yeah,
For Instagram, which is subject to change when it gets around to doing it.
yeah, I got to do it.
Um, we got a nice little logo. I don't know if it's popping up on Facebook.
Yeah,
So
it's on Facebook. The logo is actually on Facebook.
yeah, big up to my cousin Brandon for doing that. He did his thing on that. Appreciate it. More to come. Um, like I said, we got some things coming. We'll see what's up in the future, man. I'm sorry. I'm doing all talking. What? Anything you want to put out there?
I'm just, understand that everything.
Chauvinist, racist,
Yeah, I'm all of that.
sexist,
Mhm.
threat.
But
Yeah,
just to let y'all know that we are fair and try to be balanced like Fox News. That we really try to do it. And we will talk more about the black male side of things and what he can do better. And I know just any questions, concerns you have, if you want to talk, if you want us to talk about a subject, please feel free to hit us up. We will do that. If you feel like you want to join in on any other conversation, please feel free. We are not one of those people where we're always right. And like I said, we learn. Everybody has different experiences. And that's the beauty of what we do is we all have different experiences and we
that's
see
right.
things differently.
That's right.
So what I may have experienced, you may not have experienced. So we can talk about it and come to a common ground. And that's what we're about.
That works for me. Hey, if leave anything else up there to say, man. So thank you for watching. Share this with your friends, your family. You know, like I said, I agree. We're not always right. We're fair. If anything you would like to talk about or like to hear us talk about, by all means, just reach out and subscribe. And we're gone. That's it.